Hi, I'm Tiffany Blair, and what I'm going to be showing for you today is a little bit of my version of how to do the new pixelation technique that you're seeing a lot of trending right now. So what I have right here is a few tools that we're going to be using. Depending on what works best for you, I have a few paintbrushes I picked up at the local craft store. I got them at Michael's. And then a little mini brush if you're going to be pre-lightening. And then also what I'm going to utilize would be some plastic wrap. So I'm going to show you a few things using the Goldwell portfolio of Haircolor. And what I'm going to do right now is get set up and show you a couple techniques. Alright, so now I'm ready with my mannequin. What I'm going to be doing is using a pre-lightened blonde mannequin. If you didn't do that and you had to pre-lighten, what you could use for a tool to pre-lighten would be one of these sponges. Like I said earlier, just picked it up at Michael's craft shop. It was like 49 cents. This would be a good way you could pre-lighten and then overlay with whatever tone you might want. What I'm going to utilize right now is our direct dye product we have in our Goldwell portfolio, and it's called Illumine. I have one copper shade and one kind of peachy shade that I'm going to be going back and forth with this pixelation technique. So what you actually want to do is plan out what you're going to do first for the technique. I'm going to do a little bit of a step ladder kind of a technique. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a square here, one here, and they're going to move up towards the front, kind of like a staircase kind of a technique. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the first piece, and like I said before, I'm going to utilize plastic wrap because I feel like that's the best way to go. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take a square and then place my plastic wrap. So that's going to be the square I'm painting on. Okay, so I've placed my first piece of plastic wrap, and now I'm going to let down my first square. What I'm going to do is take my paintbrush, I'm going to use the bigger brush, and I'm actually going to just draw a square with the brush. And basically the size of the square is really going to be the size of this paintbrush. So the best way to go about it is going to be push down and make as straight of a line as you can. Okay? Drag it down to wherever you want it to go. So I'd say about there, so maybe like an inch cube. Then I'm actually, to get the nice straight line on the bottom, just go up from the bottom, okay? So that will be my first square. Now what I'm going to do is take another piece of plastic wrap, put it right on top of that. Now the next one is basically what you're going to do is move over half of that square. So the next one is going to be your next section, but I'm going to go half over the square, trace up, and now this is going to be my next square. Okay, so again, a little bit like an inch cube. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my other tone. And again, drawing the square, I'm going to go up higher. So now you can start to see that staircase forming, and you're only going down half of the square. So that's with my other tone with our Illumine Direct Dye product. Plastic wrap. I prefer to use plastic wrap for this because I can see through and I can see exactly where I'm going next. So now move over half of that square. And now I'm going to go back to that other tone that I used. And then same idea, you're going to go up and just come down half of that square. Plastic wrap. And again, over half, move over. And now I'm going to go back to the other tone using my other paintbrush and come down half. And then go up. Okay, and place another plastic wrap on top. And you can see a little bit of that staircase formed in there. So we're going to process that, and I'm going to do another pattern on the other side and then show you the finished product.